Welcome to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Eric Dooley, where we bring you all the exciting action of the Southern University football program. It's brought to you by Louisiana Lottery, Coca-Cola Zero, Oshner Health, Dow Chemical, Manda's Fine Meat, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana, Liberty Bank and Trust, Louisiana Propane Dealers, Cardiovascular Institute of the South, and Jerry Lane Chevrolet. Hello and welcome to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Eric Dooley, where we bring you all the exciting action of the Southern University football program. We came to you each week this year from Southern Kofi, located in the heart of Scotlandville. And of course, you can catch us about 7 times a week on the air on Cox 4 or Pelican Sports, or you can catch us at your leisure on our YouTube channel, Facebook link, and a Twitter link. Coach Eric Dooley, congratulations, sir, on winning the 49th annual Bayou Classic against your alma mater. You know, I thought about it, and you have a unique perspective. You played for Coach Rob, won some classics. You coached with Coach Pete Richardson, won some classics. Coach Fobb won some classics at Grambling, and now you are the head coach at Southern and you won. You may be uniquely qualified to say I played in it, won it, I coached as an assistant, won it, and now as the head coach. How does that feel?
It feels great. You know, it's a good feeling. I know that the magnitude of that game is huge, whether a coach want to say it or not. It's a big game, no question about it. I'm very thankful and grateful for that opportunity to say I'm just a blessed individual. That's why I always just say thank God.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I always thank God in everything we do. Coach, you know, this opportunity to be the SWAC Western Division champion sends us to the championship to play the Jackson State Tigers again. You looking for that challenge?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I don't look back in the rearview mirror of what happened before. I only can take care of what's taking place right now. We have an opportunity to play in the SWAC championship game, and we're looking forward to it.
Well, Coach, let's jump back into a little Bayou Classic talk. I got to tell you, man, I was a little worried in this first half. It seemed that we didn't catch any breaks from the refs. I'm talking about a bunch of holding calls they missed and 2 punches thrown. Here's one right here, Coach, where the player threw a punch at your player.
Very disturbing. You know, you try to stay within the confines of the rules, and you want to make sure that you show your kids that you have pause, but you got to challenge it when you see certain things that are taking place. But, the players didn't let that get to them. They continue to fight, and we fought for 60 minutes.
Well, you saw a great tackle by Lang, and they actually got a score. And then we got a fumble recovery. Right now, the action's good and hot. They actually missed a field goal attempt. You saw there. Here you're seeing the Jaguars get after it a little bit on the defensive side of the ball. And Coach, right here was a great play by your defender. Just a good hit, good solid hit. Another good solid hit, Coach. That was a play by, Derek Williams?
Yeah, but you know, I thought it took us a little while to get off the bus. And then I think once the engine got rolling, you started seeing us make some plays. We hung in there long enough to where it wasn't that bad off. And, you know, we were able to go into the half up. And then, you know, when you got an opportunity to go into the half leading, knowing that they're going to get the ball back and give you great chances to close out the deal.
You saw a great run by Bichon for 32, and then Carl Ligon actually took it in. The score was 7-7. Grambling came back and got a field goal, Coach, and then here you see us moving down the field. Great catch right there by Allen.
Absolutely, and then you see Kendrick Ryan running in right off tackle right there, which gave us the lead to go into halftime.
There you see it, first half, 14-10, very tightly contested Bayou Classic in the first half. We come back, we're going to look at those second half highlights on the Jaguar Football Show. The coach, Eric Dooley.
Play our lucky numbers with 7, 11, 21. Win up to $2,100. Winnings with a twist. Play the new Fruit Twist Scratch-Offs. Win up to $12,000. Twist and count your winnings today.
Cats down by 58 with 1 minute left.
Hey, where's everybody going? This game's not over, so we're not the best. Our kicker stubbed his toe on the ball, and pretty sure our mascot has this costume on backwards. But this is our team. No matter what.
He was looking for the perfect car, but every place he looked, he was ignored.
Excuse me, looking to buy a car?
Until one dealership decided to give him a chance. From Jerry Lane Chevrolet comes a story of one man's journey of buying a vehicle and getting treated with honesty and transparency every step of the way.
Thank you for listening to me.
Helping customers one car at a time.
You can count on Jerry Lane.
Customer service.
There is a gap between what is needed and what needs are met. When you partner with Liberty Bank, you empower more people to achieve more freedom. You're also investing in a bank that is a proven leader and has impacted those who usually don't have access to fair interest rates, new opportunities, and quality financial products. For Liberty Bank, this is bigger than banking. This is what happens when money and mission meet. Bank with us. Together, we can make a difference. Liberty Bank. There's freedom here. Member FDIC.
I am Juliet, daughter of Marguerite, granddaughter of Gabriel Piera. I come from a line of strong women who knew struggle and success too. Still, I was scared by my breast cancer diagnosis, but I had Blue Cross coverage, which meant I got care from top doctors. I'm strong like my mother and her mother before her. The right card, the right care.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Eric Dooley. Coach, we're up 14-10, but the game is really tight at half. What do you tell your team to get them ready for the second half?
Well, just as we discussed in previous week before we was preparing for the game, I said that we were going to be ahead going into halftime. So there it was. We were ahead. Now we just got to close out the deal. 30 minutes. Had to play a 60-minute ball game. Regardless of what the records were, we knew this was going to be a hard-fought contest. So team was ready and accepted the challenge. Coach, for a while there, we had more penalty yardage than offensive yardage, it seemed. What do we do to correct those penalties? Well, I mean, sometimes you got to correct the guys, but sometimes it's kind of hard if you're not seeing the same things that other folks are seeing. But we continue to make adjustments to it and know that we got to get better at that because that's the only thing that has been a thorn in our side. Coach, were you and are you concerned about your offensive performance in the game? It seemed like we were outgained in both rushing and passing in the game as we move toward that SWAC championship game. Yeah, it's always a concern because I want to perfect the offense. There's no question about that. But when you take a look at the end of the day, I thought the defense did a tremendous job. And you see the score that Grambling had. At the end of the day, they still scored 21 points. So even without the different points from the defense, you still scored enough to win. And the object is to have more points than the opponents. Coach, the sack by Dumas, the scoop and score, and of course the pick six by Davis, just huge plays in the game. Would you call the sack and scoop and score the play of the game? You have to, because I think it changed. It took the momentum away from Grambling at that point in time. A big play like that, and kind of gave us some momentum to keep moving. So that was a huge play right there, no question. And just to have the whereabout to pick that ball up and get it to the end zone, I thought that was huge. Let's jump into those highlights and show everybody in the TV land exactly what happened in the second half. Here you see a nice defensive play right there, keeping that receiver from getting the ball. Then you see Cam Peterson being stout, stopping that touchdown. They eventually score 17-14. This young man has had a good year for you, Coach, returning to football. He's
averaging probably close to 25 yards a return, huh?
Yeah, he's done a good job. He's probably right now 6th in the conference in returns because of the amount of returns that he has, but he has done a tremendous job for us.
We're talking about Braylon Morgan. There you see Deshaun running for 9. Here you see Deshaun setting up to make a very important first down, Coach.
Absolutely. That was big for us to keep the chains moving.
Here you see us back on offense. Nice run. And then Deshaun busts one up the middle into the end zone. Great to see that kid have some success, Coach.
Absolutely. I mean, it's always tough on the quarterback. We understand that right there. But the young man is going to continue to fight. And we know what we have in him, so we're just going to continue to work.
Scores 21-17 at this juncture, as you can see on the screen. And then you see the defense getting after it. Coach, the scoop and the score. I mean, at this point, the Superdome was rocking and the Jaguar Nation was going crazy.
Absolutely, but we know even at this point in time right now, being the type of classic that it is, that this game wasn't over yet.
Yep, the G-Men was not going to lay down for us. They never do in the Bayou Classic. Great pursuit. Sacked by Givens right there.
Absolutely.
He got after that quarterback. And you had to give your punter and your kicker, Bo Plains and Griffin, some props, Coach. They kept them pinned pretty deep to start their drives.
Absolutely. I almost got to say that's almost a play of the day, too, as well. That punt right there, that was huge for us to get them inside the 5.
You saw a sack by Cam Peterson, and then you saw the pick 6 where we took it into the end zone by Tristan Davis, and the score is 34-17 at this juncture. And, of course, that was the final score of the 49th annual Bayou Classic. When we come back, we're going to talk about our Jerry Lane Chevrolet Players of the Week and more on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Eric Dooley.
Louisiana energy burns clean. American prosperity, think green. Flags flying high, flames burning bright with energy that's right. Fuel for our future.
From tailgating grills to automobiles, check out all the uses for clean, affordable propane gas at LouisianaPropane.com.
You can't smell it, but you can almost taste it. And whether it's for a family get-together or a game day feast, having Manda in the mix always sounds good. For 3 generations, their quality meats and original seasonings have made Manda a Louisiana legend and made their family sausage Louisiana's family sausage. Manda Fine Meats, the flavor says it all.
I think Southern gave me the tools to be successful in the future. Going through those courses really helped me and trained my brain to look at things from outside of the box and be more creative. After graduating from Southern, I started working at Dow. I've had great success, great experiences here, and I am a Dow employee through and through.
Your heart and vascular system is at the core of your overall health. Trust your care to Cardiovascular Institute of the South, a world leader in the diagnosis and treatment of heart disease, artery and vein disease in the legs, and heart valve disease. CIS cardiologists offer the most advanced, innovative, and compassionate care for the complete health of your heart and legs. Schedule an appointment at one of our 3 locations in the Capital Region at cardio.com.
Life is a journey, a series of unique moments that mold us into who we are. Some give us a reason to celebrate, some bring us joy, others may challenge us, but make us stronger, help us to endure, persevere, even triumph. So while no one's health journey is the same, our why remains unchanged. It's you. Ochsner Health. Long live you.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Eric Dooley. Of course, every week in this segment of the show, we have our Jerry Lane Chevrolet Players of the Week. Coach, who are those offensive, defensive, and special teams players of the week?
Well, I thought it was kind of rather tough right here, but I'll say that I have to get a defensive player of the week to Derek Williams. I thought the young man came in and played a tremendous half, only played 2 quarters and had 9 tackles, along with a lot of other things that he was able to accomplish. When you talk about the special team right here, you're talking about individuals that did a great job, but I have to give it to Robins, Beauplan. He did a great job of pinning those guys back with punting. You know, a lot of folks don't think that could be an MVP, but I think that was huge because of field position.
It was.
Then when it goes over to offense, the reason why I would have to, because he was the MVP of the game. I didn't like the stats that we had as far as offensively, but I'll have to give it to Bishan McCray.
All of them had a great game. You could have probably had 3 or 4 others on the defensive side of the ball who had a great game as well. Coach, of course, after the game, we usually try to catch up with a few of the players and get their take on the game with the Coca-Cola player interview. And after the game, Joe Dupree caught up with Jason Dumas, Bishan McCray, and Jalen Campbell. Let's see what they had to say.
Well, Todd, we're here at the 49th Annual Bayou Classic. Victory all over the place. The Southern University Jaguars, big-time win against the Grambling State Tigers. One of the reasons our defense played lights out. Why? Because of guys like this guy right here. Jason Dumas, this is your first and last Bayou Classic. You transferred in. You a senior. Let's talk about that big sack, the scoop and the score that really put the momentum swing towards Southern to win this game.
Oh, yeah. You know, Coach Dooley came to me and he said he needed from me now. And, you know, Coach Lyle and Clark and Coach Miller, they had called a play to set up everything. And basically the play was plays we've been practicing all week. And it was one of the plays like low rain, and which I lined up in the 3, and I stunted the A-gap. And, you know, I seen that they were sliding my way. And, you know, I just took advantage of the slide. You know, every time they slide my way, you know, teams mess up every time they do that, you know, trying to block me like that. But you can say it was a big momentum shift. You know, I'm just happy one of our players just picked it up and took it and scored it. You know, it's just basically me going back to just doing our job, you know, and just being a sound gap defense.
Well, listen, check this out, man. Senior, next big game, we're the West Division champions. We go to Jackson State to play for the championship. Talk to me about that.
Man, I ain't going to say nothing about that. You know, I'm going to say one thing. It's hard to beat a team twice. I'm going to just leave it like that.
I'm here with Jalen Campbell. And Jalen, great day today at the 49th Annual Bayou Classic. You had 8 tackles and 2 sacks. The scheme that the defense had seemed to be definitely working for us. Talk about that. What was the whole game plan for this game?
Well, I was coming in playing a new position, so I had to step up for my brother that wasn't there. So scheme was simple. We knew what they was going to run. So and we stopped them, as you could tell. So it was fun out there. It was fun.
Definitely, as we broke the tie 24-24, now we're the leaders. We're getting ready to play for a SWAC championship. Second time going to Jackson. Let's talk about that. Is the defense ready?
We ready. We're going back to my home state, so I know definitely I'm going to be ready. I'm going to make sure everybody else is ready for this.
I'm here with our quarterback, Bishan McCray. And Bishan, big win here at the Bayou Classic. We broke the tie 24-24. Now it's 25-24. You're the Classic MVP. Man, your stats were great. 75 yards passing, 91 yards rushing, a big TD. Tell me, how did it feel at the game today?
It felt great. We knew a lot was on this game, so just not make the moment bigger than what it was, but just know what we planned for.
Well, now you're the Western champions. Next big game, we play for the SWAC championship in Jackson. I'm not going to ask you too much about that, but let me ask you this. As you reflect on your time here at Southern, tell me how you feel just being a Jaguar today.
Great feeling. Great feeling. It's what you dream of when you come here. This is what you expect, and it happened.
You heard it right here, Todd, on the Jaguar Football Show.
It benefited them.
Thank you, Joe, and thank you, gentlemen. Coach, to kind of start wrapping up the Grambling game, the team really had a no-lose attitude to Grambling. I really saw some ebb and flow in this game, but they stepped up and made plays when needed to.
Absolutely, you know, and that's what we talked about. We're going to have to play 60 minutes. You know, we don't look at how they've done in the past or what it was. They know some of the guys played in this Bayou Classic, so they know what it stands for. It don't matter what your records are. You just got to come out and play for 60 minutes.
Coach, the Grambling team was actually a lot tougher than I think people gave them credit for, because they'd had a tough season. That little running back, Floyd, he really showed out at the Bayou Classic.
Yeah, you got to think about that at the end of the season. Teams find their true identity and find out who they are and what they can do. And I thought Coach did a great job with those guys because they continue to fight. That's the one thing you want to see in the team, regardless of the success. Will you fight for 60 minutes? Will you lay it on the line? And I think that's what this team did.
Coach, how do you get your team back focused after such a big win as this Bayou Classic as we prepare for the SWAC championship?
You know, we celebrated that day, that Saturday, as they can see that we were on the bus coming back. We wasn't staying at, you know, the average Bayou Classic. Everybody staying in New Orleans and, you know, hang out. No, it wasn't no such thing.
Mm-hmm.
We had to come back, and they understood why. So the thing was just we celebrated that day. I thought it was a great win, a great accomplishment, winning the West, but that's not the ultimate part where we want to be at. We got some other things we have to take care of. So they understand our mission is always just to go 1-0.
All right, when we come back, we're going to talk about those other things to take care of on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Eric Dooley.
Cats down by 58 with 1 minute left.
Hey, where's everybody going? This game's not over, so we're not the best. Our kicker stubbed his toe on the ball, and pretty sure our mascot has his costume on backwards. But this is our team. No matter what.
Play our lucky numbers with 7, 11, 21. Win up to $2,100. Winnings with a twist. Play the new Fruit Twist Scratch-Offs. Win up to $12,000. Twist and count your winnings today.
He was looking for the perfect car, but every place he looked, he was ignored.
Excuse me. Looking to buy a car?
Until one dealership decided to give him a chance. From Jerry Lane Chevrolet comes a story of one man's journey of buying a vehicle and getting treated with honesty and transparency every step of the way.
Thank you for listening to me.
Helping customers one car at a time.
You can count on Jerry Lane.
Customer service.
They said I was small, weak, said my heart wasn't strong enough. But I showed them what heart looked like, again and again and again. Mom got me the right care, the right doctors with Blue Cross coverage. Don't let people tell you who you are. Show them the right card, the right care.
There is a gap between what is needed and what needs are met. When you partner with Liberty Bank, you empower more people to achieve more freedom. You're also investing in a bank that is a proven leader and has impacted those who usually don't have access to fair interest rates, new opportunities, and quality financial products. For Liberty Bank, this is bigger than banking. This is what happens when money and mission meet. Bank with us. Together, we can make a difference. Liberty Bank. There's freedom here. Member FDIC.
Coach, we now turn our attention to the 2022 SWAC championship game against the 11-0 J-State Tigers. Of course, we played them a couple of weeks ago. We know what they want to do. How do you prepare to go at them a little bit differently this time?
Well, I think you got to look at what you did last time and see the things that you didn't accomplish. And I think the plan was there. Some of the things we didn't execute at a high level. So we just got to go back and just fix what Southern University needs to do and be prepared to play a great football team. And as long as we execute at a high level, I love our chances.
Last time we got into the red zone about 4 or 5 times, no points. What will you work on red zone wise to guarantee some points this time?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing. You know, we had a missed field goal, something that we normally don't do. So it was some things that didn't go our way. Normally, when we get into, I like to call it the green zone because I like to keep going. Once we get in that area, we score. So we understand we can move the football. Of course, now we got to cash in and put points on the board, and I think that'll help us to be successful.
Coach, incredible ride to get us to the SWAC championship. A lot of highs and lows, a little bit of a roller coaster this season, but we are there. What are the keys to victory, according to Eric Dooley?
Well, I think defensively we got to eliminate the big plays. No question about it. We got to be able to contain a quarterback who is an exceptional quarterback. And I think we got offensively, we got to be able to hold up on the line. We got to be able to win the battle in the trenches right there. We got to be able to protect the quarterback. We got to be able to throw it in running. So I think as long as we keep the drive moving and when we get into the green zone score, we have a great opportunity.
All right. When we come back, we're going to close out this week's edition of the Jaguar Football Show.
Some things in life smell delicious. Others, not so much. Like a gas leak. Propane, for instance, is naturally odorless. That's why we add strong odorants to alert you if there is a leak. So if you ever smell gas, turn your system off at the tank and call your propane dealer immediately. Propane is a safe and exceptional fuel, and we want to keep it that way.
Life is a journey, a series of unique moments that mold us into who we are. Some give us a reason to celebrate, some bring us joy, others may challenge us, but make us stronger, help us to endure, persevere, even triumph. So while no one's health journey is the same, our why remains unchanged. It's you. Oshner Health. Long live you.
You can't smell it, but you can almost taste it. And whether it's for a family get-together or a game day feast, having Manda in the mix always sounds good. For 3 generations, their quality meats and original seasonings have made Manda a Louisiana legend and made their family sausage Louisiana's family sausage. Manda Fine Meats, the flavor says it all.
I've always been a person that was very interested in learning how things worked. I got introduced to engineering from Southern University in Baton Rouge, and I think Dow and Southern really helps that as a woman in engineering. Coming to Dow, I just feel like I'm doing so much with my degree. It's just gonna take me so many places. The company is so wide and so expansive, you can go anywhere, you can do anything.
The arteries and veins in your legs are part of your vascular health. Leg pain, swelling, visible veins or ulcers can be signs of vascular disease. If left untreated, these conditions can become painful and debilitating. Trust the specialists at Cardiovascular Institute of the South, who treat the root of the problem with minimally invasive, in-clinic procedures to restore the health and beauty of your legs. Schedule an appointment at the CIS Leg and Vein Center today at cardio.com.
Go Jags!